In this video, we will discuss about the concept of RMS value of power. So RMS value is also known as effective value. RMS value is also known as effective value. So this idea of effective value, it arises from the need to measure the effectiveness of a voltage or current source in delivering power to a resistive load. In general, the definition of effective value is the effective value of a periodic current is the DC current that delivers the same average power to a resistor as the periodic current. So by periodic current they mean that the current is sinusoidal in nature. So here we have two circuits. The first circuit is an AC circuit and the second circuit is a DC circuit. So AC circuit, you can see that there is a voltage source which is dependent upon the time, right? So this voltage source is connected to a resistor R and it produces a current again which is also a sinusoidal current which depends upon time. So it is denoted as I of t. The second circuit is the DC circuit. We can see that the source is a DC source. We have plus minus and the terminals are different. So this DC source is represented as effective source or V effective, which is again connected to a resistor, and there is a current flowing in this loop that we take it as effective current IEF. So these are the AC circuit and DC circuit. Now the definition is the effective value of a periodic current is the DC current that delivers the same average power to a resistor as the periodic current. So what does it mean is, so we are going to find out the effective value of this periodic current such that effective value of current produces the same amount of power that is produced by this DC source. Understood? Right? So here the effective value of periodic current is the DC current that delivers the same average power to a resistor as the periodic current. So we are going to find out the effective value of this periodic current. So here the first circuit is AC and the second one is DC. So our objective is to find out the I effective value that will transfer the same power to the resistor as the sinusoidal current I. So average power absorbed by the resistor in an AC circuit, the formula for average power is represented by capital P, which is equal to 1 by T integral of 0 to T. Power is represented as here I square R into dt, right? So this will be written as R is constant, so R by T integral of 0 to T I square dt. While the power absorbed by the resistor in DC circuit is average power is equal to I value is I effective here. So I square R is I effective square R. So this is the value of average power in DC circuit. This is the value of average power in AC circuit. Now we will be equating these two and find out what is the value of I effective. So equate these two, R and R term will get cancelled. So I effective will be equal to 1 by T integral of 0 to T I square dt, this whole square root. So this is the value of I effective. So this is the value of I effective. Similarly, the effective value of voltage is found in the same way. V effective will be equal to square root of 1 by t integral 0 to t v square dt. V square dt. This is the value of I effective and V effective. So here this indicates that the effective value is the square root of the mean or average of the square of the periodic signal. So if you look at this equation, you can see that 1 by t integral of 0 to t I square dt is nothing but the mean of the square of average power. Now take square root of that, will give you the value of root mean square. Okay, so that's why the effective value is known as root mean square value. See, there is a square root here, and we take mean of the squared value. So there is a square value, and then there is a mean value, and there is a square root value. So that's why this is root mean square value, right? So I effective can be written as IRMS and V effective can be written as VRMS. So for any periodic signal x of t, the RMS value is written as square root of 1 by t integral of 0 to t x square dt. So effective value of any periodic signal is called as the root mean square value. So how can we find out this root mean square? First find out the square value, then take the mean value, then take the square root. Now let us consider a sinusoidal signal. Consider a current I of t. So I of t is equal to Im cos omega t. So let us find out the RMS value of this. So the formula is IRMS will be equal to root of 1 by t integral 0 to t I square dt, right? So I square dt is, so substitute the value of I here. So I square is Im square cos square omega t into dt, right? So this cos square omega t is written as 1 plus cos 2 omega t by 2, right? So simplifying this, we will get a value IRMS is equal to Im by root 2, where Im is the maximum value. Similarly, V of t is equal to Vm cos omega t. Substitute V of t in the formula, that is VRMS is equal to root of 1 by t integral 0 to t V square dt. So instead of that V square, substitute this Vm cos omega t. So we will arrive at this solution, that is VRMS is equal to Vm by root 2. Now you should note that only for the sinusoidal signal this relationship stands valid, right? So VRMS is equal to Vm by root 2, IRMS is equal to Im by root 2. So this stands good only if the signal is sinusoidal. Now let us calculate the value of average power. So this is the formula for average power which we saw earlier. So average power capital P is equal to 1 by 2 Vm Im cos of theta v minus theta I, where theta v and theta I are phase angles of voltage and current respectively. Now, so this can be written as, this 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2, right? So Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2 cos of theta v minus theta I. So Vm by root 2 can be written as VRMS and Im by root 2 can be written as IRMS. So average power is equal to VRMS IRMS cos theta v minus theta I. Now similarly, the average power absorbed by a resistor can be written as power is equal to I square R or V square by R. So this I can be IRMS and V can be VRMS. That is what is given here. So here When the sinusoidal voltage or current is specified, it is often in terms of its maximum or peak value or its RMS value. When sinusoidal signal, that is we consider all the voltage and currents are in sinusoidal in nature, and we know that for a sinusoid the average value is 0. So we normally consider the maximum value or RMS value of a sinusoidal signal. We do not consider the average power because the average is 0. So we take only the peak value or RMS value, right? So we know that in household appliances, we know that we use a value of 230 volts, right? So that 230 volt, it actually represents the RMS value of voltage from the power company, right? So here 110 volt is given. This is because the textbook is from the western country, so there they have 110 or 120 volts. So in India we use 230 volts, and that 230 volts actually represents the RMS value of voltage. So let us move on to discuss some numerical problems related to this concept. So here the problem statement is: determine the RMS value of current waveform in figure 11.14. If the current is passed through a 2 ohm resistor, find the average power absorbed by the resistor. So this is the signal given. So this is a periodic waveform, current waveform. So the period of the waveform is, you can see that t is equal to 4. At t is equal to 4, the signal completes one cycle. So we consider this as our period up to 4, right? 0 to 4 is one period. So we have to express this waveform in mathematically, right? So I of t can be written as, let us split this period into two intervals, because you can see that from 0 to 2 the waveform is triangular, and from 2 to 4 it is a square waveform, right? So we can split this one period into two intervals. So 0 to 2 is considered as one interval, and 2 to 4 is considered as another interval. So 0 to 2 the waveform is actually triangular. So we have to calculate the slope of this waveform. So slope of this waveform is dx by dy. What is this dx by dy? dy by dx. Slope is dy by dx. So dy is 0 to 10. So that is 10 minus 0. We take it as 10. So it is 10 by what is dx? So dx is from 0 to 2. It is 2 minus 0. So it is 2. So we get the slope value as 5. So that is what is given here, and it is a ramp signal, so it is 5 into t. And for the second waveform, the maximum value is 10 minus 10. So it is a square waveform, so we take it directly, that is minus 10. Now we have to find out the RMS value. So formula is IRMS is equal to square root of 1 by t integral 0 to t I square dt. So split the intervals into two, that is 0 to 2 is taken as one interval and 2 to 4 is taken as another interval. Substitute the values of I over here, simplify this, and we'll get the value of RMS value of current. Now the question is, if the current is passed through a 2 ohm resistor, what is the average power? That is what we have to find out. So resistor value is 2 ohm and we have a current of 8.165 amperes. Now we have to find out what is the power, average power in a resistor. So power is equal to IRMS square into R. Substitute the value and this is the value of average power. So this is another problem statement. The waveform shown in figure is a half wave rectified sine wave. Find the RMS value and the amount of average power dissipated in a 10 ohm resistor. So this is the waveform given. So it is a sinusoidal waveform and this is a rectified waveform. Rectified means it is actually the process of converting AC to DC. Right? So here we can see that up to 2 pi we take it as one period because we will be having a negative cycle over here and that cycle is actually rectified. So it is cancelled out to make it to 0. Right? So this 0 to 2 pi is considered as one time period. So t is equal to 2 pi. Now again we are going to split this interval into 2. Up to pi we take it as one interval, then from pi to 2 pi another interval. So from pi to 2 pi there is no waveform, so the value is 0, and from 0 to pi what is the maximum value? Maximum value is 10 and this is a sinusoidal waveform, so 10 sine of t. This is the value for the interval 0 to pi. Now we can calculate the VRMS value similarly. Substitute this value, simplify this, we will get the VRMS value as 5 volts. Now we have to find out the average power dissipated in the resistor. So average power dissipated is power is equal to VRMS square by R, right? So that is equal to 5 square by 10, we get the power as 2.5 watts. So this is the value of average power dissipated in a resistor.